it's Tracy Prantner from Inventor Group Realty. So today I wanted to just kind of talk through one of the challenges that we have for several people that we know. Basically, right now there is an inventory shortage. So houses that there just aren't that many houses that are for sale. We know several people who want to sell but are afraid to buy because they don't know, because there's such a shortage of inventory, they don't know if they sell, where are they going to go? And so I just wanted to talk through that today with you of just kind of options that are out there. I've kind of just thought of 15 different options that are available to people who currently own a home and are looking to trade up or trade down, relocate. So basically they want to buy and sell at the same time. So let's get started. So number one, you can check with your lender and see if you can carry 2 mortgages at one time. It may be a little bit tight, but that might be an option for you. If you've got a low debt to income ratio, that may work, knowing that once you sell the house that you're living in right now, you'll be able, that payment will go away. And let's not forget too that when you are buying a house, the first mortgage payment doesn't come out for like an extra month. So you get to skip a month. So that might be an option. So it won't hit your checking account quite so hard. So option 1 is carry 2 mortgages at one time. Option 2 is right now there are some lenient. The penalties kind of are a little bit lenient on borrowing from your 401k. So maybe you can buy a house or use your 401k to help pay for the down payment. So that might be another option for you. You're just going to want to talk with your tax professional just to make sure that from a penalty perspective that you won't be harmed too much. Option 3 is sell your house, but make it contingent on you finding your next house that you want to buy. So a lot of the contracts, at least the ones here in Florida, are written with the buyer, in favor of the buyer. So we want to make sure that the sellers are, you as a seller, that you're protected. So contingent on you finding your next house that you're going to buy and move into. Option 4 is buying the house contingent on you selling the house that you're living in right now. So keep in mind, this is probably not the most ideal situation just because of the fact that if you're in competition with other people, the more obstacles that you put in place are going to make your deal, your contract, less favorable. So if they have a cash buyer who wants to buy that particular house versus you who is mortgaging and also has to sell your current house, then the cash buyer is going to be more intriguing. So and a stronger offer. So keep that in mind. Purchasing a house contingent on you selling your house is always an option. However, I strongly recommend that if that is the case, that your house already be on the market, and hopefully you even have an offer in hand already. Option 5 is live in a short-term rental for a little while. Store your house, store your furniture, and just live in a short-term rental until you find the house that you want to buy. Kind of similar to that is going to be number 6, to rent for a little bit. So that may mean moving twice, but maybe if you've got a specific kind of house that you want to buy, and it's not on the market yet, that might be a good option for you, whether that be a 1-year rental, 6-month rental, or just a month-to-month rental. Number 7 is going to be finding a seller where you can buy their house using seller financing. So a little bit less traditional, a little bit fewer rules, but might still be a good option for you. So you might end up paying a little bit higher interest rate, but that is an option out there. So number 8 would be to look in a less competitive area. So maybe a little bit further out from a metropolitan area. Looking at less competitive price point, whether that be a higher price point. Typically in in kind of the Orlando area, you're going to need to go a little bit higher. Number 9, though, kind of on a related note, is going to be to look for a house that's overpriced. So by doing that, you might be able to catch it before it goes through a price drop and just and snag it as your own. So most likely if it's overpriced, then it's probably not getting very much attention right now. So by doing that and crafting a strong offer with your agent, then you have a chance at actually getting it. Number 10 is probably one of the most favorable ones, which is going to be to just extend your closing. So put your house on the market, get it under contract, but a part of that contract is going to be to extend the closing the typical close happens in 30 to 45 days. So maybe in this case, it's going to be 60 or 90 days. So that will allow you time to go find the right house and then also to be able to put a contract on it and get ready to close it. So, and then hopefully those two closings can happen simultaneous. Number 11 is going to be to get a lease back. So a lease back is similar to an extended close. However, a lease back allows you to sell your house and you lease it back from the buyer for a period of time. Now, it's important to understand that a lease back, there are certain mortgages that buyers are going to have that will require that they take possession of the house within a certain period of time. So sometimes a lease back will work and sometimes it won't. It may be that a lease back for a period of 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, something like that might work. Sometimes anything longer than that may become a challenge, but that's something that we as agents, we're used to dealing with that, and we can kind of walk you through that if that's an option for you, and if that's a viable option for you. Number 12 is going to be talk with your lender about getting a bridge loan. So this is basically carrying 2 loans at one time, similar to number 1, but a little bit different, where you're kind of using the equity of the existing house, understanding that it'll be a temporary, that this will be a temporary loan, and that once you sell that first house, that you will have only one mortgage. Number 13, similar, is going to be a HELOC. So this might be a little bit higher interest, but basically you are pulling out the equity that you have in your current house and using that equity to as a down payment for your next house. So and then of course you can go and pay it back when you finally do sell the house that you're living in, that you're selling. Number 14 is going to be purchase new. So the nice thing about a new house is the fact that it's yours. If it's for sale, it's yours. You're not in competition with other people. You get to pick all the features that the house has. So the one downside is going to be that right now new constructions are taking 6 to 9 months, kind of depending on the location and if it is truly a brand new house. So sometimes you can snag up an inventory house that may be available sooner. But just the thought of purchasing a brand new house, that sometimes is a lot less stressful. So, and then number 15, so kind of similar, but buy land. It's cheaper to buy land, and then you can work with a custom builder to take out a construction loan. The cost of a construction loan is much less to begin with, where you're paying just interest up until the point that you actually get the certificate of occupancy and you can actually move in. So buying land and then building a custom house might be an option for you too. I hope that all of these different ideas help let you know that there are ways to work around kind of the stress of trying to sell a house and buy a new one at the same time. It can totally happen. Peter and I, we've bought and sold on the same day, same weekend, twice now. So we've done it successfully. You can too. It can totally be done. So let me know what questions you have. If you have any ideas, any other ideas, or if some of these ideas are intriguing to you, but you're not quite sure how they work, let me know. So Peter and I are here to help. Hope you have a great day.